Welcome into the NBA DFS slate on Sunday. It's going to be NFL Sunday, which means that some people are not going to be paying as much attention to the NBA DFS slate as they should be. That could be an opportunity for you guys to take advantage of that. Okay, in this video, I'm going to be covering a little bit of the early slate for you guys that want that, but it's going to be a deep dive into the 5-game main slate. Remember, if you guys enjoy this coverage, make sure to like and subscribe. That helps the channel. That helps us be able to help you guys. All right, let's get into the picks for today. All right, just looking at the players that are ruled out today, just in general, Darius Garland. So that'd be a nice little opportunity for us to be on. Potentially Donovan Mitchell and maybe some other players as well. I do expect maybe we'll see Kevin Love get ruled out on the back end of a back-to-back. That'll be something to watch for. Dennis Schroeder's still out, and then Bogdanovich still out as well. So, I have to watch on that. And then see any game time decisions. Terry Rozier for the early slate. Ricky Rubio, he's been out a lot, so we'll have to wait and see on some of these guys as well. And I do just have the early slate pulled up, and this is all I'm going to do for the early slate is just kind of show you guys on here. Look at who are the best plays. DeJounte Murray, LeBron James, Trae Young, no surprises there. Anthony Davis, Damian Lillard, Gordon Hayward, I actually don't mind. Let's just look at value real quick as well. All right, so center, Nick Richards, popping up there. Okay. Dennis Smith Jr. popping up there as well as a value on DraftKings. Pretty cheap. Lonnie Walker, a guy that I've liked a decent amount thus far this season. Again, a solid amount of minutes each game. So that does make sense for him. Projected to get 30 minutes in this game. Okay, so if he goes that many minutes on the early slate, he would definitely be someone you want to go out of your way to play. Josh Hart and Gordon Hayward are both like safe plays if you guys want to play them. So they are plays that both make sense as well. Let's just look at FanDuel as well real quick, and then we'll get into the main slate. DeAndre Hunter on FanDuel stands out. We can see that $700 price discount. That is a strong play for FanDuel. Dennis Smith a little bit better on FanDuel, and then kind of just more of the same on FanDuel. Okay, now switching it over into the main slate here for you guys. I'll show you guys the value, and I'll show you guys the ownership, and then I'll show you guys who are my favorite plays on the slate. So on the main slate, on DraftKings, the best value that's looking like is going to be Herbert Jones, projected to get 30 minutes. That's for you guys to decide. If he's going to get 30 minutes, then yes, he'd be a great value. I don't know. I see it more as 25 minutes, but that's something like, once again, in the Discord chat, which is, you can get the link to that in the description below. Ask that before lineup lock. It's like, hey, are those minutes for Herbert Jones? What are they looking like now? Because if they are going to be 30 minutes, then yes, you need to be on him. If they're going to be more like 20 to 25, then maybe you think about it. Okay, that is something we want confirmation for before lineup lock, so you want to check on that. From there, yes, CJ McCollum is pretty cheap just across the board. He has been a consistent player really since he's joined the Pelicans, and Zion Williamson hasn't changed that thus far through 2 games this season. So yes, he could be someone that you're looking at as well. LeVert, I do love as a play. LeVert's like 5.8 on DraftKings, 5.6 on FanDuel. Just a stellar value play, especially with Darius Garland out. Okay, obviously that's why he's a stellar play. But also I do think there's potential that Kevin Love could sit, on the back end of a back-to-back. So if he sits, then yes, LeVert is just a stellar play across the board and someone that you're probably just going out of your way to play regardless. J-Val, yeah, he, at 7.3 and 7.6 on FanDuel and DraftKings, pretty cheap play for a guy that can easily go to 40 DK points. Like, I don't mind that. Donovan Mitchell, I'm going to be putting him into a lot of builds. Saw a price discount this slate from last slate. He's went for over 40 DK points each of the last 2 games. So yes, both on FanDuel and DraftKings, a play that you're going out of your way to play. Lauri Markkanen is a play that I've liked a lot, especially for DraftKings purposes, where he's $1,000 cheaper. FanDuel price corrected finally. Okay, DraftKings is not. That's something you can take advantage of. We'll look at FanDuel real quick. More of the same. And I do want to point out Robinson Earl, okay, because he's going against the Minnesota Timberwolves that have Rudy Gobert and also Cat. Okay, 2 big guys. And so there's potential that he is going to get a decent amount of run. Okay, and if he gets 20 minutes, 30 minutes, having to play with those bigs, we got him projected to get 24.5 minutes. If he gets those minutes on FanDuel at that price point, that is a super great price point. He should be, or could be, a guy that goes to 30, well, let's say FanDuel points. Okay, he could be a breakout play for FanDuel for you guys. Don't play him on DraftKings. It's priced up a little bit too much there. And then, yeah, Kessler has been getting a decent amount of minutes on FanDuel. I don't mind him as well. And I guess that's the problem, is that you might want to be playing both of these guys or one of them. That's the issue there. From there, it's kind of just more of the same. DeLon Wright could be someone you're looking at. He's had a decent amount of minutes thus far this season, producing like 20 DK points per game. So he's someone you could look at as well. Just early indications of who are going to be the highest owned players on this slate. We got DeAndre Ayton, Zubac, Mobley, Donovan Mitchell, Karis LeVert, Sabonis popping up there after a disappointing game one. He came back and had a good game last game, so that does make sense. Shai is popping up there. Seti, I like Seti as well, especially once again, if Kevin Love is ruled out, then Seti becomes even more appealing as price point. He is a stellar play, though. Should be a strong value play, should be a strong 5x play. So for the main slate, just trying to apply that knowledge that I just went through, just looking at the guard position, there are a decent amount of solid guard plays on this slate. So like Shai, I like Donovan Mitchell, I like De'Aaron Fox should easily be able to get to 40 DK points again. Josh Giddey, a stellar value on this slate. So yeah, we have to see like CJ McCollum, once again, also a great value on this slate. Like all these guards are like very solid plays. For now, I'm going to go Donovan Mitchell. Yes, you can play him on the shooting guard on DraftKings, so that'd be something you want to look for. And then from there, like Brendan Ingram, super safe play. It feels like I'm perfectly fine with him. Paul George, I would love as a play if Kawhi Leonard sits out as well. We have to wait and see on that news. Kawhi Leonard sat out last game on the front end of a back-to-back, and so did John Wall. If that changes, if they're both active, which I expect them to be, then yes, Paul George, not as appealing of a play, but if those two are ruled out, then yes, you are playing Paul George. So LeVert, I'll put in there at the shooting guard spots. I think with Garland out and potentially maybe Kevin Love out, then yes, he should be a solid play. Lauri Markkanen, it's a play that I like, especially on DraftKings, maybe on FanDuel. You have to think about it, but at this price point, given how well he's played the last two games, just a stellar play, just the easy play, honestly. I am curious about Kelly Olynyk, 15 minutes in game one and 35 minutes in game two. If he does get 20 minutes, 25 minutes at that price point, that should be enough. If he gets 30 minutes again, that's highly appealing. I do think he played that amount of minutes because of the matchup with the Minnesota Timberwolves. We have to wait and see. I like it, though. It's a strong price point play. I will say Kyle Kuzma also popping up as well. Kyle Kuzma is a guy that went for 47 and 38 DK points thus far, and at 6.8, that's definitely cheap. He is someone I'll be looking at as well. Center-wise, we do have to make some sort of decision here. Like Vanderbilt could be a decent play, 18 and 25 minutes thus far, but he scored 24 and 34 DK points, like an okay discounted price point play. Same thing with Kessler here, who's played 24 and 18 minutes, around 20 DK points, averaging 25 DK points per game. Like he could be a fine play. My toughest struggle on this slate is going to be center. So I always kind of ask you guys in the comment section, kind of what are your thoughts on a specific part in which I don't have a good feel for. Well, that's what I'm asking you guys today. At the center spot, like who is your top play and kind of why? I'm struggling there. Like J-Val, certainly cheap. He'd probably be the one I want to pay up for, but I've been finding myself trying to pay down at the center spot, and I'm sort of struggling to do it thus far. Okay, so let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. And I should say it, like the reason why I'm struggling is because I do want to fit in some of these stellar guard plays, like Josh Giddey, who should be a strong, like safe play. The Mets have been there, 49 and 38 DK points thus far at 7.4. That is still pretty cheap for him. Instead, you could go CJ McCollum, who might have a, just as good of a floor, but it's just priced down a little bit cheaper. Cedi Osman, I like a lot at 4.3, like should be a stellar discounted price point play. And then from there, you got 3.9, which I don't like. Okay, and that's why I've been paying down at center and trying to get like a more balanced build. I guess if I had to find a value play, Jalen Noel, if we need to, 18 and 20 minutes thus far, but he's scored 28 and 20 DK points thus far. In a matchup with OKC, maybe there's potential for this game to be a blowout, and then you could chase him. We'll have to see. For now, I'll just put this in the build for you guys to see it. All right, that's all we have for you guys for the early look here for the NBA DFS slate on 10-23. Once again, if you guys enjoy the coverage, make sure to like and subscribe. Remember to check out the Discord chat pre-lock, as well as all the other tools available that you saw during this video. That's all available by clicking the link in the description below. All right, thanks for watching, guys.